Hello everyone, Krydex here. Welcome back to our Nullius playthrough. We're going to start this episode again with a question for you, the viewer. If you could have a pocket-sized pet of any animal, real or made up, and this pocket-sized pet was tame, and wouldn't be insanely hard to take care of, what would you choose and why? I think I'd go with a little panda bear, because a little panda bear this big would be adorable and really fun to keep around. Because I'm struggling to think any animal would be useful if they're that small, but I don't know, maybe there's some good choices out there I haven't thought of. But yeah, let me know what tiny pocket-sized pet you would pick. I mean, in all honesty, it's kind of a similar question to what's your favorite animal, but some people might have different answers for those two questions. You never know. But in any case, we are basically ready for green science. Our mall has caught up quite a bit. We have over 300 bots free, and we've automated everything that we want to automate. And so now it's just down to actually building the mall, or building the green science stuff. So I think the first thing I want to do, and this sounds crazy, is take out all of these components. I'm trying to decide if that's a good... It just feels so wrong to not have components in my inventory. But if I have every single building that I need in my inventory, why would I ever need components? So I think it's okay to do this. I'm gonna try it. I can always add them back in if I'm desperate. How's it going, Messageide? Welcome on in to our Nullius gameplay. Someone also mentioned the possibility that I could put upgrade planners in a blueprint book, and I had never even thought of that, and that'll save us some inventory slots right there. And then I can just get rid of all this stuff. And that will save me a ton of inventory. And we'll see if that comes back and bites me in the butt or not. Because have I automated literally every building? I guess we'll find out. Because I do like being able to craft extras, but so many of the things that I need extras of are difficult to craft anyway, so I think this might be okay. We do need to add in some more requests, though. So, for example, we want both of these. I'm going to go to 45. That way, if I ever remove a few, I don't end up with an extra stack. Pump 2s, same concept. Actually, is there a reason I shouldn't use small pumps? Hold on. A small pump... Oh, it's slower. Yeah, okay. We'll stick with pump 2s. Barreling pumps, we're definitely going to need to barrel things. Same story, 45 of those. Actually, 45 feels like way too many. 25 is fine. Seawater intakes, I will only use tier 2 from now on. Wells, I really don't need 45. Outfalls, 45 is fine. Air filters, 25. Distillery 2s, 10. Chimneys, 45. Hydro plant 2, 10. Chem plant 2, I'll go with 20, because I need a lot of those. Electrolyzer 2, I'll go with 10. Compressor, 15. And I don't really need standard turbine 2s, I don't think. I'll keep a stack of wind turbines just to place around. Heat pipes, we want some. Furnaces, probably 40. Keep some on hand. Crushers, 20. Foundries, 20. Large assemblers, 10. Let's see. Probably want combustion chambers. So I have hangers. Probably a couple hangers. And a couple of the chargers. And... do I need anything else? I'm not really using combinators, so I can just go grab one when I need one. At least I haven't needed any yet. Beacons. I didn't automate beacons, but let's do that real quick. Also, seawater intake too. I did automate that, right? I did. It's just a matter of underground pipes not having regular pipes, and that's just a matter of... what? Slow bots? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just asked my bots to take hundreds of items away from me, which was really stupid. I could have just put them in a storage chest. So that was my bad. I apologize, logistics bots. You guys are my friends, and I have not treated you well. So we can do that. I also learned that capacitors are actually batteries too. Batteries store 3 megajoules, capacitors can store 1. So I can get a little bit more energy storage into my construction. Also, I'm still not sure if I caught that yellow belt. Someone said it was in a crusher line. So is that here? There's a yellow somewhere. I know there's yellow there. These are all red. No, I think they're all red. Maybe it was this yellow that they were talking about, or I just misunderstood the comment. I'm okay with these being yellow. These are all belt 2s, I think. I guess I can check. Yep. So I think everything's a belt 2 that needs to be. It's not that. Not these. Okay, so we're good. Yeah. I don't know if I just misunderstood what they were trying to point out or if I still am not finding it. But yeah, either way. We are ready to start green science. And definitely going to take my bots a minute to catch everything up, but that's fine. I have a lot of building to do. Oh, combustion chamber. That's the thing I needed. Combustion chamber 2. I think 20 is plenty. And that even rhymes, so it's got to be true. And they have some product too. Oh wait, mirrored. I don't want mirrored. I swear I selected that one, but maybe I didn't. So I guess a good thing to have would be things I need for mirroring. Honestly, I am a little frustrated that the mirroring and unmirroring requires an extra ingredient, because then you can't just automatically do it unless you carry around all of those extra ingredients. So that's a little annoying. But more importantly, it's the prioritizing and deprioritizing for like turbines. So like we need backup, we need power switches to make backup turbine 2s. And for compressors, how do I get... Let's see. I guess they're called compressors, not surge anything. So right now, I have priority compressors, right? So then, if I want surge compressors, I would need to grab power switches. Okay. That's fine. I don't generally want surge compressors unless I'm trying to make extra power stuff. I also don't need these, and there's some other things I'm not gonna want. I guess we want lamps now in my requests. And I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, sweet. All right, let's start working on green science. So there's just so much to it. Look at all this. So I need a decent amount of sandstone. tiny bit of plastic. Oh no, barrels. We're not even gonna automate barrels, are we? Did we decide that? Yeah. I think we decided barrels are a small enough cost. I'm not gonna worry about them. I'm just gonna import them. Silicon ingots 0.15 per second is also a very small amount. So I'll steal those from the network. Air is easy to get. Hydrogen I can get wherever, so we're good up through here. Brine, carbon dioxide, saline water, and water, all easy to get. So volcanic gas, where's that one showing up? Is it in here? Yeah, I probably should have that actually not lined up. So really we just need some limestone, any bit of bauxite, and the bauxite is for, can I remember? What was it for? Was it for methanol? No, we're making methanol. That's right. Is this a new recipe for methanol? Do I have more than one recipe? Why am I not using FNEI? Methanol. Oh, is that not methanol? Hold on. This is methanol. Oh, I thought that was the recipe. That was a block of recipes. I was like, I don't remember air being an ingredient in methanol. I'm going insane, clearly. Yeah, so this is a version that will just intentionally make methanol out of essentially hydrogen, a couple other trace products, but nothing too bad, because air just, I can put here, and air filter 2 is my default. There we go. Okay, anyway, moving on with my life, back to this. The hydrogen chloride comes from the brine. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, where does the bauxite go? It goes into concrete. So concrete, we need a decent amount. 1.81. How much did I automate this concrete down here to? Okay, well the flotation cell can handle 3.33. That would be 0.667 concrete, or cement, I mean, which I can handle. 2.667 gravel, which I think my base at this point can handle. What's my gravel production these days? Over the last 10 hours. Yeah, we've averaged, that would be 4 a second. I mean, we're above like 10 a second at this point. So I probably have plenty of gravel. Sandstone, we intentionally crush more sand over here if we need to add sand in, which that should probably be a higher tier crusher. There. Make you a little faster. Okay. So just in case we run low on sand, because we don't get a ton of sand flowing through here. So yeah, and I think I'm bringing in the hydroxide, right? What is there another cement recipe that I'm using? Is that what's happening? No, I'm using hydroxide. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I bet I'm a constantly forgetful person when it comes to these things. I keep forgetting about yield. So we are good to go, I think. 0.8. I might as well put yield on this. 0.78. And that doesn't even need the lime. The lime is only for the mortar. Okay. So then I can just use the cement from that, and I will. Because that will make my life a whole lot easier. So we'll just delete that block. And now I think we've gotten down to the core of what we actually need to automate. Oh, and glass. Shucks. Glass is actually significant. I kind of forgot about that. So we're going to try 2 different routes so we can compare and contrast. Sand comes from sandstone. Mostly. So that's pretty simple. And then this would be same story. Wait, is it? What is it that's being created here that it's latching onto? Shouldn't it just be 0.9 glass? Huh, I'm very confused. We just need 0.9 glass either way, so I'll just change this. Okay, that's very wrong. I typed 0.9. What is happening? That's not 0.9. What are you doing? Was it that? One. Why are these numbers not working? It's not linked. Something's fishy. I'll reset the recipe here and just delete that one and what the heck? I'm not linked. So I don't know why this was caring about. But did I set this to be something? Oh, that's set to be something. That's what happened. I don't know how. There we go. Anyway, that's taken care of. Lime comes from limestone. Soda ash. We have no idea what we're doing with this. So, soda ash feels kind of complicated. It needs all sorts of things. So which one of these is easier? Potentially the soda ash. Because, I mean, we cut the sandstone almost in half at the cost of 0.4 limestone. And basically some things that are free. We could even use barrels of these because the throughput's pretty low. I mean, obviously CO2 is just air separation. Ammonia is also essentially air separation plus some hydrogen. Brine, we already know how that's made. So then you just gotta compress some nitrogen and hydrogen. You know, not too bad, which we're gonna do somewhere else anyway. So we'll just leave the ammonia cost. And then, yeah, I mean, the whole system needs a very small amount of ammonia. So that should be fine. All right, let's start building. Go away. Now, why does it have a quantity of 1? I mean, 1.9. I guess that was my bad. That was my bad. Okay, so we need sandstone, limestone on a belt. And probably concrete. Where do I build all this? I think I'm going to build it up here. Yeah, that feels fine. So, what did I just say? Sandstone, limestone, concrete. So, we've got limestone doing just fine. Let's make this belt not a full belt of limestone. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. I can just put sandstone on half this belt, and that will not be a problem. So we'll do that, because we've got sandstone right here. So that'll come in. And then that will be my sandstone and limestone belt, which will have come up through the base. Maybe right here. Okay, so we get that, and then we need concrete, which I think I'm okay doing something like this. That's actually not fast enough. Guess we'll just put it on a belt. Bring up. That just reaches. Nice. Okay, so then these two will be the main belts of things that I want. And will I route them this way or this way? Probably this way. Although things get a little tight in here. And I'm definitely going to have to remake all my module stuff at some point. But for now, it's okay. We'll go underneath. Again, does that reach? That does. I keep underestimating how far it reaches. I did not mean to deconstruct the building. Okay. That was just not a necessary power pole in the first place. Okay. We'll run over and up. And then over a little bit again. And then up. Okay. Home free. All right. Deconstruct rocks and trees. Go away. Okay, now we want to start building. So let's start with the final product. 3.75 Kim plant tubes. Yuck. King plant 2s. Put them right here. These are going to be green science. And we'll throw yield modules in them. I probably... Look at that. What are those little green pluses? I wonder. It's interesting. I probably should apply yield modules to things that I know I'm going to use them in. Yeah, because that actually gets close to using 4 whole buildings now. But it saves me some other products. So really anywhere where I have more than enough of something, I probably should use yield. Unless the power is extremely high. Jeez. I don't think I realized how much power Kim Plant 2s take. All this is kind of irrelevant. I'm just looking for larger... Basically, none of these are large amounts of buildings. Except the foundries. And the foundries are very expensive in terms of power. 656. Let's see, 1.9 megawatt. You know, it's interesting, it kind of stays around 1.9 megawatts, even though this power goes up by over 100 kilowatts, because it's reducing the power that other buildings need to pitch in, because it's reducing the inputs that I need. So ironically, it's saving inputs and kind of actually maintaining power. So we'll definitely use those. Yeah, there's just a lot of steps to this. There's not actually a lot of building cost. Okay, so let's see. I guess we want to set up what? Where does the water come from? I'm not seeing water as an input, so I must be providing it somewhere. Oh, this just happened to meet the need. But I actually care more about brine than water. Oh, but making enough brine, do we end up with extra water? Is that what's happening? Oh, okay, cool. Cool. That even makes enough water for all the hydrogen I need. No, it doesn't. It certainly does not. We gotta move that down. Aha. So the truth is we actually do make enough water for all the hydrogen we need. I think. Sweet. Okay, so then maybe I'll do the glass first, because that has an extra output of HCl as well, so we won't need as much. Yeah, we'll have to figure all that out, but we'll start with the glass. I think, hold on, let me fix this HCl. Why is this the wrong number? Psych, wrong number. Does this need to be underneath everything? Will that fix it? That did not fix it. Huh. We need HCl to make lubricant. But then we make basically HCl when we need our sodium hydroxide. So then that HCl can go into this. And where else is the HCl input? Why am I not seeing it? I'm missing something. Because that, like, if I just took this row out, then we don't have enough HCl. Oh, but we have these two. So the chlorine just needs to get used up. Yeah, so we want this ingredient here, input, link. Oh, it's just making double. That's why I was getting confused. It's just using up the chlorine. That's what we're doing with it. I don't know why I couldn't remember that's what we had done, but it all makes sense now. Okay, we'll start with the glass part. Get that all set up. So we need a couple foundries making glass. And I could even overbuild this part a tiny bit. And I think I want some room here. Let's go over a bit more. Because I'm going to want some pipes with some central tank stuff. Maybe the tank stuff will be here. But basically every liquid I want to have some storage and some overflow and underflow and yada yada yada. Boop, 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 boop. So we need silica, which comes from flotation cell 2, which has wastewater, which I have Waterfill, which is beautiful, and some people claim I'm cheating, and they're not totally wrong, but I'm okay with that. So that gets rid of the wastewater. No, I should manage the wastewater. I need to grow up. Wastewater can be used for things. I think. Am I making that up? Yeah, we can make sludge out of it. And that could be helpful at some point, because sludge can make things. Like ores. And such. So, yeah, we'll run that through other stuff. Okay, so I got those 2. This needs to go on a belt. So we need, I guess, 2 belts. Some long inserters. Okay, and this is saline water. Now, we should be fine. Oh, that needs to be a hydro plant, too. Should be fine making all of our watery needs from this. And then we need 2 spaces. Oh, I did that wrong. It needs to be back 1 space, actually. And then seawater intake 2. That's plenty. Doesn't even take power, so I don't really care. And then this will connect straight in line for the wastewater. So then the reason that's nice is we'll start building up wastewater over time, and then when we actually end up wanting to do something with wastewater, we don't have to repurpose all of these. I'm basically just saving myself time later or getting some free wastewater later. Either way. Okay, so then I probably want these to be overflow, so that they kind of fill up each step of the way. So like I don't want to not have saline water, or sorry, yeah, saline water, because we use saline water for some things, and then we use brine and we use fresh water. According to this whole build, I'm actually going to have spare water rather than spare. Oh, hold on, we even need more brine. I forgot to factor that in. How's it going, Tomakuni? We are running with quite a few mods. I can show you real quick, kind of the list. Basically, Nullius and a bunch of quality of life. So I'll just slowly scroll through this, and you can observe quickly or go back and pause it for a second. But I've got a few major quality of life mods, such as advanced fluid handling is a big one, and safe water fill significantly changes things. But what is my preference in terms of what with Angel Bobs? Where's the pin button? Oh, I'm not on the right build. Oh yeah, where's the extra brine coming from? So this needs to also care about brine output. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now, why is soda ash higher than it needs to be? Oh, it's hydrogen chloride. There we go. That's what I wanted out of this. In terms of angel bobs, I would make sure you get all of angels and all of bobs. Bobs is very modular, but there's very few of them that you'd want to remove, in my opinion. I mean, you could, if you're not doing military stuff, you can ignore all the military ones. I feel like Angels is also, I don't know. I've never played Bobs or Angels without the full suite. I guess that's the best way to put it. Some people do. I never have. It maybe works fine. I don't know. You could ask around on the modded Discord. But for me, I've never really done either of those with just pieces of it. Pyanodons, however, is a little different. And if you're trying Pyanodons, I would try it without alien life first because it makes a pretty big difference. Okay, anyway, we've got the brine now, and I think we have plenty of brine. And weirdly, we need to mix brine and ammonia and CO2 to make soda ash. So. But yeah, are you also thinking about doing Omni as well? Like I did in my ABZ playthrough, or are you just kind of focusing on Angel Bobs? Yes, Elephant, I would agree with you. Pie without alien life is tolerable. Um, and it's pretty fun, because I think one of the coolest things about Pyanodons, is the, sorry, I can't think, the ore processing chains. Like, those are really unique, and it's cooler than Angels because they're not all just carbon copies of each other. They're all pretty different, and I feel like that's a pretty fun process. Um, anyway, Tomakuni, clueless is where most of us are at some point. I still feel clueless about a lot of things. But if you are new to modded gameplay, I would actually suggest Crastorio 2. I haven't done that one on my channel yet. I played it myself before I started streaming, but I probably will at some point play through it because it is a really polished mod pack. It, I think, has a lot of pieces that feel vanilla-like, but they're more advanced than vanilla. I think it's a really natural mod pack to play after you've kind of beaten vanilla, you understand the vanilla experience. I think Crastorio 2 is actually the best mod to go to next. But if you're really wanting something a bit trickier, I might even just play Bob's by itself with no angels. Just full Bob's mods, plus a couple quality of life mods that look fun for you, and go with that because I think there's a lot of stuff between Bobs and Angels, and if you get Bobs and Angels at the same time, it's very overwhelming. I think I actually tried Bobs and Angels together, and I was like, I don't like this, and I got rid of Angels, and I enjoyed Bobs by itself the first time I tried those mods. Anyway, we've got brine to connect, so let's do that with my little underground corners here. I guess that can just be moved over one. And then CO2, I'm not going to connect those yet because I have to figure out what's overflowing into what. There's a lot of CO2 flying around in this build. So essentially... Oh, you know, I need some small tanks. I should put those on my request list. 100. I do not need 100. I think 20 will be enough for a long time. Oh, the gun changes. Yeah, because of the actual bullets having projectiles. That bothered you? I thought that was pretty sweet. Also, based on what you're saying, that makes it sound like you care a lot about the military part of Factorio, because I know there's quite a few players that don't even have biters on when they play. I also forgot I never automated beacons, so we're going to do that real quick. Attach those because we need iron sheets. I don't know, 50? I didn't really count, but that should be fine. They actually stack to 50. That's too many. So I'll hook that up and say I only want 15. Maybe 20. Yes, I would agree with that statement, and I would encourage you, if that's how you feel, to try just turning biters off and see how you feel about it. Or you can even turn them on peaceful and start out the game kind of not having to worry about it, and then at some point you turn them back on to aggressive, and then you can kind of have your defenses ready if you still want to enjoy getting attacked or something. You can toggle it with console commands, or you can get the change map settings mod, which I think, well, I can't remember if that mod lets you toggle it or not. But I know you can turn it on and off with console commands, which may or may not disable achievements, but I think mods disable Steam achieve. I don't know how all the achievements thing works. I don't really personally care about achievements, so I'm not helpful on that. But yeah, Crastorio 2, highly recommend. So we need a supply of carbon dioxide, which will probably come from here. So we need like an input line and an output line for each of these liquids. So also they're not spaced out enough. I think these need more space. Oh, and I should use the large tanks. Hold on. Fun times. Let's see. Nope, what am I doing? Large tank. There we go. I want like 5 of them. I'm not gonna need many. Yeah, I would recommend finishing out Crastorio 2, or if you're kind of tired of it, you feel like you saw enough, then you could run to the next mod pack, which could be full bobs. You could try angels without bobs. You could try C-block. C-block's pretty fun. It just kind of turns into angel bobs at some point, but it's still pretty fun. Pionodons without alien life is very advanced, but it's at least doable. But oh, sweet. Okay, so these large ones are, looks like 5 by 5. Sweet. And as you can see, they actually use the angels. Oh, mixed ores. You know, you could get a mixed ores mod. That's always fun. I've never tried that myself, but... Okay. So, I know this seems like unnecessary pipes, but there's not all that many pipes, thanks to advanced fluid handling, and I want to have a centralized location for my liquid processing. So we're going to run an input line and an output line for each of my fluids. So we need our pump 2s. And then I can have all sorts of logic on how that functions. Oh, that doesn't actually connect. Okay. So that'll pump CO2 in. And then, yeah, I can have an overflow, which by default will be at 90, because this goes up to 100% pressure. And we'll put some chimneys, but I should... I guess this has to be at 90, but then I can kind of have some options here. Okay, I'll just leave it like that for now. Ooh, the Dye World one. Yeah, the Dye World one looked interesting, but doesn't it use space exploration pretty heavily? So it plays kind of like space exploration. That was my impression, at least, reading through it. And I wasn't sure if I was interested in that. Okay, so I'm going to have a clockwise thing. So in versus out, when they're running in parallel, the input is always going to be on top or on left. That's how I'm going to keep track of this. Because these are going to be right next to each other. Or sorry, the in is on top. And the out is underneath. In this case, I don't need any logistics. Or, logic. I don't need any logic for that. Honestly, I would just go through the top downloaded mods and just kind of see what looks interesting. There's a lot of fun things, and I personally, in terms of QoL, there's just a lot of basic ones, like advanced fluid handling is what you're seeing me do here. That's a pretty good one. Makes fluid stuff a lot simpler, and you don't have to do as much spaghetti. And then there's, gosh, what else? You can go back and look at my mod list, or just look at the list I'm running with now. Most of the mods I have, I'm running with. There's things like Waterwell, which allow you to pump water from the ground. Some mods already have that in the game, like Nullius does. Some mods don't, so being able to get water anywhere is nice. But anyway, I kind of need to figure out what I'm doing still. So the water needs to get into a tank as well. I'm going to need quite a bit of space for this. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way. This feels... I don't know. Whatever. I need a couple crushers for both limestone and sandstone. And then we need to cook the limestone. And then we need another couple crushers for sand. I guess those can be higher up, closer to here. Now this was saline water, I believe, so that one we want to attach. Yeah, I actually really like the power generation stuff in Nullius, but I can definitely understand people who don't love it. Because it is very different. I think what I like about Nullius is it's a very unique take on things. It feels much more unique than, I don't know, I feel like I've played most of the mod packs there are, at least the big ones, and they're all somewhat similar in certain ways, and Nullius kind of does a completely different thing. Between the power systems and just the way the chemistry works, it's kind of like Angels, but pretty unique. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Clearly, I'm playing it. Let's see. So we put the sand on a belt. That needs to get fed in to the silica maker. Oh no, don't apologize at all, Tomokuni. I appreciate the questions. It's fun to chat. I always feel the same way as you. I'm like, I want everything to be exactly right because I don't want to find out, 20 hours in that I was doing, or I was missing a mod that I really wanted, or doing something wrong. So I'm like that too. I ask a lot of questions before I start the playthrough. Okay, so rocks are going to come out. We're going to have quite a few byproducts here. And yeah, Elephant, in terms of byproduct management with Nullius, after playing Pyanodons, this, doesn't even faze me. I'm pretty used to lots of byproducts and managing them, so it kind of feels normal to me at this point. This was my input line, so I need a T-junction. On the input line. And then this guy is crushing limestone. And then we also need to ditch the stone. So I guess stone can go right. And we'll hook those up. And then where's our sandstone line? Here. That'll come over and up to here. Yeah, full bobs without angels is really fun, especially coming from vanilla, because there are so many tiers of strong things, and you just... I actually really like the military and bobs because you feel so overpowered in a good way. But I wouldn't say bobs is the most balanced mod pack. You do get very overpowered. So if you're looking for something that's hard for a long time, and you're struggling with kind of the making sure everything runs smoothly from start to finish, bobs is probably not the best for that. Yeah, tanks are awesome. Okay, so we've got our silica set up. And then we've got our lime set up. So I need to actually put that on a belt here. Just do that. And now we need our soda ash. So the problem is the soda ash require... Wait, where'd it go? Requires ammonia, which I don't have yet. So the ammonia setup is going to be 2 compressors and a chemical plant. 2 compressors. Where are they? Okay, they're so dark. I can't find them. Okay, 2 compressors. Literally compressing the only 2 things I can compress. And a chemical plant. And that should do it. And then the nitrogen will just up there, and then hydrogen we're gonna have to receive from electrolysis, and that happens with a priority electrolyzer with water. Ta-da! So then we'll have that go back, plop down an electrolyzer. Now that's running. Now we've got hydrogen. Turn a corner here. And voila. And now oxygen, we end up with extra. But that's one that I don't want to lose out on. So I will actually run oxygen all the way to this tank, because we're going to need oxygen for various other things. So, yeah, I'll just do that, I guess. And then oxygen will just go behind all these, I guess. And then turn a corner here. Ta-da! Okay, so oxygen's out. We are... Are we getting ammonia? Yes, there it is. So we've got ammonia. Look that up. Corner, corner. Somehow the way that it automatically twists those corners, it feels like it works correctly more often than I would expect it to. I hooked up something wrong with the CO2. Oh, didn't I say the input line is on top? Did I? I clearly hooked that up backwards. Yeah, the input line is this one. Meaning we're putting in CO2. So that means this... I'm going to move these forward a square. So this right here needs to, yeah, turn a corner like that. And then the output line is this one. Output from the tank, that is. And I guess this will work with a T. Or I can even just have it turn this corner. There we go. And then the brine. we can connect like we have before. Okay. There we go, soda ash solution. And now we're gonna get some extra HCl. So for now, I'll put that in a small tank. Just move that over here. And then the soda ash. Guess we can try to keep it on the same side of the belt there. Awesome! Have fun! Thanks for following, but enjoy your playthrough and drop by the Crydania Discord. There's a link to the Discord in all my YouTube videos, and you can ask more questions on Discord and show me some pictures of your base. Tell me how it's going. I'd love to hear it. Okay, and then we want a tank, probably for wastewater now. So wastewater comes up here. There we go. And I also had wastewater here, right? Did I connect these up already? Yes, I did. Perfect. Awesome, thanks. Hey, we've got glass. Fancy glass, I guess we could say. It's gonna craft a lot faster. And it requires a lot less raw inputs. But we do have output carbon dioxide. Also silica. What happened to silica? Clearly didn't set this up. Oh, I'm just not powering the pump. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. That'll do it. Make sure I didn't miss a number of buildings or anything. Okay, so then now we're definitely not going to finish green science in this episode. I can tell you guys that much. We can electrolyze brine. Guess we could barrel ammonia. There's a lot of things I need to do. One thing I'm going to do is bring logistics a bit closer. And then we did decide we needed to request a couple things. One of them was barrels. So 20 per stack. It's actually not... Oh, okay. I can request more than 4 stacks. I think like 100 barrels is good. And then what else did I need to request? Oh, silicon ingots. That's right. Silicon ingot. And it's one of them will take me 6 seconds. So that's a minute's worth. So that right there is like 5 minutes worth of silicon. Not too bad. Okay. Trying to keep my brain organized. So this CO2, we did connect... No, I didn't connect this to anything. That's a wastewater. This needs to connect with a T-junction. I should probably just make a few of these. I'm going to need them. To the in. So that CO2 is going in. Now that CO2 always needs to be received, whereas this guy... Do I have spare nitrogen? I do. And spare monoxide. We get some monoxide back? I don't think I totally noticed that, because I use monoxide... No, I don't. I don't use monoxide anywhere in this whole thing, do I? The drones are invisible for a very good reason, which is compression algorithms. I got a mod that makes all the construction and logistics bots invisible so that my videos don't look as bad on YouTube and Twitch. When the bots are flying all over the screen, it really messes with the compression algorithm and makes the resolution look worse, which is kind of a bummer because it's fun to see them, but I think it's worth removing them for better video quality. So that's the answer there. So CO2 is coming from this one? Yeah, right here. So we actually want CO2 to also... Wait, why did... Oh, crap. There we go. Mod skills. So what I just did is I said, I also want this block to provide CO2 to the rest of the line. And then it saw the carbon dioxide from the lime and was like, ooh, I'll use that to supply the carbon dioxide. I was like, well, I don't want this to be the one that supplies carbon dioxide. I want this one to be the one that supplies carbon dioxide. So I had to shift click that after shift or control clicking that. And between the two of those things, now it's doing exactly what I want. Which means, yeah, now we have plenty of CO2. So nitrogen is going to be the thing I have extra of. Which means, honestly, I'm going to start simple. If I have some other thoughts later, I'm just going to overflow this and put some chimneys. Way too many chimneys, apparently. I only need one. Okay, so that's all great. Fine and dandy. We need to barrel the ammonia. So I can do that closer to here. Barreling pump. Where are you at? I haven't used barreling pumps yet, but I assume they're the same as they are in Angels. Fill ammonia barrel. Yeah, that's exactly the same. So then we'll just bring the ammonia over. Okay, so that's got to be a T. Change that to an L, and there we go. So now we just need barrels. So with filter inserters, which I just now put on my, what's that called, hotbar, we will split the contents of this chest onto a belt. And then we'll bring that up. Over for barreling purposes. I'm just leaving lots of space here. I'll put beacons in later and want more buildings and stuff, so I think it's just a lot better if I leave space. Okay, so these have 6 inputs, 2 of which are liquid. So I will only need 2 belts, because there's only 4 solids. But one of them is the ammonia barrels. So we'll just do that. And then we've got the, what is this? Sulfuric acid. Okay, we're getting there. We've got the electrolyzing. We need methanol to be a thing, I guess. Okay, so let's pin that. I already have distilleries doing this. So then I just need hydrogen and CO2 and oxygen to make methanol. So it should probably be done somewhere in this area. Because we're going to do this step. And then this one. And then the water, we actually want to link back to this T-junction. And since we always want room for that, we want this pure water to be a top up to 30. So there's always room for the water to come out of this. And then we need the hydrogen, which is starting to run out of underground lines, which is kind of funny. This spaghetti is coming back to bite me in the butt. I guess the hydrogen could continue straight, so that's actually helpful if that turns a corner here. And then, yeah, and then we'll turn a corner as far as it goes, so we'll just hook it up like that. And then the oxygen we also have right here, so let's just switch that to be a T. That extends. These cross over, so that works. And then finally CO2 is right here. And that can just... Well, I guess we'll just put an extra T here. Turn a corner here and in. I think that actually works, believe it or not. Yep, there's methanol. Crazy stuff. Where's the hydrogen? Oxygen's blocked. Oh. That's because I forgot to connect these up somehow. There we go. Okay, so we got methanol. And that gets combined with hydrogen chloride to make silicon ingots. So the silicon ingots need to be up here too. I probably just should have imported lubricant. I think this was a mistake to make separately, to be honest. But we're doing it. Oh gosh, this episode's already an hour and 10 minutes. Uh-oh. Okay, lubricant goes here. And then the HCl gas is interesting because we need to use the chlorine we get from making brine, or electrolyzing brine, which I'm actually not doing yet. So I can do that maybe a little closer here. So then this makes a bunch of extra chlorine. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, the only thing I can do with that chlorine is make hydrogen chloride. I mean, unless I wanted to make plastic or something. But unfortunately, the recipes in here don't even use plastic, so it would actually kind of be difficult. If I could just make plastic on site and then consume it, that would be nice, but I can't. So the brine gets brought over. So we need another T junction here. And then an I. There we go. So you get brine. Why are we not getting brine? Oh, because we've filled up on water. We are going to have excess water, which actually means we should have an overflow somewhere. I guess here is a good enough place for now. I assume I can outfall water, right? Yeah. So just for now, this is a solution. Now, why is this not running? Oh, that's topped up to 30%, so then this needs to be overflowing at 20%. So maybe this should top up to 40. Allow for a little more water in the pipe. Okay. So then that will continue providing brine, so this will continue providing sodium hydroxide, which then needs to be put on this belt on the bottom part. And then we have hydrogen that needs to get used up first. Which means this hydrogen should actually be topping up. This is all very confusing. So that hydrogen's topping up, so then I can just link in the hydrogen from this. Okay, we're gonna get there. Link in the hydrogen. This is, yep, a valid line to use. Turn the corner, go up, bada bing, bada boom. So now we're using up the hydrogen. Then the chlorine. Am I being dumb? Yeah, I guess in this particular case I'm being dumb. Because this makes hydrogen and chlorine in equal parts already. So I can just turn it into HCl because I'm going to need an equal part of hydrogen. So there's no reason to like put this hydrogen back in just to use it again to make hydrogen chloride. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. So we'll just do that and then hook this up here. And then this will go to the same place. So that will get rid of all of our chlorine. Okay, we have done a lot of the steps. What have I not done? This is it, I think. Volcanic gas. So we need volcanic gas, and then we need oxygen and water. So oxygen and water both are around here-ish. So maybe I'll make it right here. Sulfuric acid. Switch this to a T. And then we get oxygen switched to a T. Turn a couple corners with that. And then we need sulfur dioxide. Now, why is my oxygen stopped up? That's the real question. How do I have too much hydrogen? Doesn't this whole thing cost more hydrogen than oxygen? I thought I did anyway. Did I pull a dumb and not do overflow? Yeah, that's what I did. 12,000 of my oxygen is gone. This should only be overflow oxygen that goes this direction. So I guess we'll just clear out some hydrogen here. Reset that. Okay, and we need HCl. Oh, that one's not connected. Up here. Forgot about that. Okay. Oh, and the silicon ingots. Okay, good. Those are over here, so we'll just run them up. And hold on, that's wasting barrels. I can do the thing where I use the half of a belt, underground belt trick. These will run up and provide for lubricant. And then for now, we'll just connect up the hydrochloric acid. Because we need that. Yeah. Okay, so then sulfur dioxide, finally, is just a distillery on volcanic gas. Which we have back here. So we grab our distillery. Where are you? Here. And we throw volcanic separation in the mix. There's our volcanic gas. And then, can I vent monoxide? I sure can. I think in this case, it's worth just venting it. The amount is very small. So, okay, and then we need that to run all the way over. To here. And we'll turn this corner. There it is, sulfuric acid. Go team. That will go up. Go here. Turn a corner. Oh, did I not connect the water? I did. Okay, so why is our water stopped up? We have too much brine. It's confusing. Maybe that's just because I emptied out all the hydrogen and that messed things up for a second. Guess we'll find out. Okay. So glass and concrete are the two things left. So glass here, concrete on a belt already. So that will come down. Meet with concrete. Clearly I should have switched these. I still can't. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. Did we do it? Did we do good? I think we did. I need that concrete back, though. We are making green science, folks. Look at this. There it is. Beautiful green packages. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Well, we did it. Green science. And it really wasn't all that bad. And I was able to leave a lot of empty space, which is good. I'm not normally good at that. So, we'll take our little picture of green science makers here. And I think we'll call it an episode. So, thanks for joining in on Twitch, everybody. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.